Hello there, welcome to the Slice of Life Adventures in Anime, Episode 3 with your hosts, Drita Hess and Kenya Jones. After discussing big-ticket names in our previous episodes, such as Naruto, My Hero Academia, and Sailor Moon, we're going to continue the trend with two other animes who have huge fan bases today, Bleach and Hunter x Hunter. Bleach is an anime that was first written into manga serialization by Tite Kubo that began release in Japan in 2001. A manga series that would continue release for 15 years, completing in 2016. The manga release was 74 volumes with 686 connected chapters. The anime began production and release in 2004 and finished in 2012 with 366 episodes over a span of 16 seasons, not including specials or OVAs. Bleach follows the story of teenager Ichigo Kurosaki, who can see ghosts and is stuck with the fate of becoming a Soul Reaper, a moniker that hassles him with the responsibility of protecting humans from evil spirits named Hollows, and instead guiding them to their rightful afterlife. Ichigo begins saddled with the powers after meeting fellow Soul Eater Rukia Kuchiki during a Hollow attack. Rukia is at risk, and to save both herself and Ichigo, she transfers her powers over to him through stabbing him with her Soul Reaper blade so he can fight the Hollow instead. After this occasion, he gains the power forever of being a Soul Reaper. This would result in him ultimately becoming a very powerful Soul Reaper, while also still having to act largely normal while attending his high school. Obviously, he cannot do this alone, so he enlists the help and tutelage of Rukia, as well as fellow Soul Reaper aid from some of his fellow high school classmates.
To be fair, most anime, they're just side characters.
Yeah, that's
even the ones that help, like Orihime. She's just there sometimes.
Yeah.
Until like plot needs to happen or something needs to be fixed. Oh, we need somebody that heals. They're hurt. Oh, here goes Orihime. She can do that. She has this power. The only thing I knew about her really, or cared about her personality or character, is that she like Ichigo, but don't tell them. Like most love interests in anime, she was just there until the main character needed them. Even their romance wasn't there. It was just her liking him, and he's just being nice to her because she's nice.
Are seen less as main characters and more as side characters. They're kind of the people that you don't normally pay attention to. You know, there's a term in anime that's called filler. There are a lot of filler episodes where it's not really important to the main plot, but it still happens for content-wise. Some characters are extremely just like filler characters. They help, but they're not incredibly essential. This is what these people are kind of like.
They're just comic relief most of the time.
Yeah, comic relief.
First up, we have Ichigo Kurosaki, who was once a human, who could only see the dead, is now a substitution they got for a Soul Reaper after meeting Rukia Kuchiki. Though initially just being seen as a weird human, as plot progresses, there's more to him than meets the eye. Ichigo is a rather stubborn and impulsive person, short-tempered really. Despite that, he's actually a really compassionate and caring person.
You know, actually, his character design really kind of fits that description though, because like he does actually, okay, because when you get into reading a manga and you're watching anime, they have the delinquents, the delinquent type, and like the way that they made him look originally, like he's kind of got like the spiky blonde hair, which of course this is like set, where is this set in? I think like Japan, and they're not allowed to have like colored or dyed hair at school.
His hair is just like this bright, strawberry, blonde, orangish hair. Kind of stereotypical delinquent characters.
Yeah.
They're like shirt popped open, messy hair, dirty clothes, little scratches on his face and everything. Don't have a care attitude, but he's really just super nice. Now on to Rukia Kuchiki herself. She's a very closed off, stone-faced character.
You know, I feel like her character is one that had a lot of importance to like the origins of Bleach, because her character is actually one of the first ones made up by the writer Tite Kubo. So I think that her existence really has a lot of importance to the origin. You know, you see she's kind of got her character isn't like exactly super like outgoing or personable, but she's got that deep purpose, and her character is widely like well received by fans in the fandom.
Sosuke Aizen. This guy is one of my favorite characters. I don't care if he's a villain. He is so calm, collected. He's smart. He has everything planned out. He knows everything. There's a joke that everything in the anime happens because of him. No matter what, everything is planned by him.
I was really kind of shocked by his like actual like defection or whatever, because Sosuke Aizen, you know, he managed to rank up to the rank of captain of the 5th Division in the Gotei 13. He leaves the Soul Society willingly, even though it's supposed to be a likened to heaven with his followers, in order to attempt to wage a war against the Soul Society. Like, the Uranku are like a group of hollows that have similar powers to that of the Shinigami. So they are evil. Not exactly, but they are like they have ability to make strategic decisions, strategic moves, and they're a lot smarter, and that's why they're a lot harder to beat. This is also why Aizen enlisted them in his help of the war against the Soul Society.
The fandom Wikipedia page, the Soul Society is the dead spirit world. This is where the Shinigami live, where most of the souls dwell until they are reincarnated into human beings in the human world. Shinigami or Soul Reapers are the guardians of soul. They maintain balance throughout the worlds of the living, the human world, the Soul Society, everywhere. They purify hollows and ensure safety of the souls when they cross over into the land of the dead.
Hollows are individuals or spirits who have died, and their spirits are stuck to still roam the earth. And in this, they get really warped, and they intend to eat the souls of innocent people.
Hollows settle in the Hueca window, which is this dimension full of hollows and Eric Kent, Eric Carr.
Okay, so Kenya was talking about the Hueco Mundo, which is kind of like the living or the home world of the hollows or whatever. In complete opposition is the Soul Society. The Soul Society kind of represents heaven, I guess you could say. This is where souls are sent by Shinigamis, mostly from Earth. Basically, the human world and the Soul Society are like parallel to each other. So they're two sides of the same coin. However, while you're in the Soul Society, you never get hungry, you never feel pain. As long as you don't have spiritual powers, of course. If you're a regular human, you don't get hungry, you don't feel pain.
Aside are the Quincy. They are living people that have the ability to detect, sense, hollows, and souls. They were kind of like children exterminated off by the Shinigami, and because of that, there's a beef between them. They don't like each other, they actually fight each other. And this, I think the war was over. Quincy overhunting all the hollows. Just kind of the point of them doing it. They're bad things. They're killing people. Why are you getting mad at the Quincy or destroying them? But in the end, Shinigami ended up overtaking the Quincy and wiping them out. There's very few left. One of them actually is Ichigo's friend, despite them actually fighting each other. His name is Ishida, right? What happens is when they take down the hollow Shinigami, they send them back to the Soul Society as one of the souls, like how to purify it. The Quincy just out like step.
Okay, I do have to say something. If we've got the hollow are obviously evil, like they attack people, they want to eat your soul or whatever. And so the Soul Reapers want to purify them and send them off to the Soul Society. But Quincy wants to extinguish them completely, even though they know there's the option that they could be sent to the Soul Society. Does this make them anti-heroes? Especially if you have the option to purify them, that would be the way that you would want to go. But I don't completely hate the Quincy's way of thinking, because when you have something that's evil, it is scary, that actually threatens you, you can never be exactly sure like that they can be purified. Has there never been a soul that couldn't be purified?
You know, the Soul Reaper's purpose is to help wayward spirits who, yeah, are murderous and scary and bad, but deep down were just originally normal people. Whether they were good or bad people at life, the Soul Reapers help to the Hollow to return to their rightful resting place in the Soul Society. Is there anything that you would change about Bleach's people?
It's been a while since I've seen Bleach, and since I originally seen Bleach, everything's good to me except for like the animation is really dated.
Yeah, that's a big problem.
It makes it hard to watch.
It doesn't look as realistic as I would hope it to, and it does look a little outdated. It kind of reminds me a little bit of the starting moments of Naruto. So that would be a good option to maybe like have like a better quality version, but overall the show's really very good.
Other than the animation, what would you change?
Well, you know, I really loved Bleach, and I loved like the characters it gave us and the plot line it gave us. I don't think that they utilized their characters to the best of their ability. So you obviously had the main characters, the main Soul Reapers, but then you at Ichigo's school, he had his classmates who also ended up helping him later in the series, one of which was named Chad. This Chad character had like super strength or whatever. He, you know, just demonstrated the sheer raw strength. And at the end of it all, he wasn't really much of anything except for maybe like a sidekick side character. He didn't get like any like super special moments. I'd probably have him not just doing small tasks or little tasks that just anyone could complete. I'd rather have him in his own character arc, fighting his own villain amongst the Soul Reapers as a main character. I think that they could have just utilized a lot of their characters at the high school a lot better. Bleach's original plotline and gutsy characters are more than enjoyable to sit through, but many find that the flow of the anime and manga can be stopped or negatively affected by the amount of filler present. In comparison, many compare this wonky flow with the smoother dynamic of popular anime and manga Hunter x Hunter, as well as the riskier situations and higher stakes for the main characters. Hunter x Hunter is an anime and manga serialization that was first written by Yoshihiro Togashi in 1998. The manga had gone on several extended hiatuses from 1998 through 2006, but has since remained largely consistent with its still modernly releasing volumes. As of late 2022, Hunter x Hunter has produced more than 380 chapters. Not surprisingly, the manga grew increasingly popular after initial release, to the point that it spurred production of a 62-episode anime adaptation, which ran from 1999 to 2001 in Japan. There would be an extended break in official content released to the name until a second show would be released in 2014 that spurred on a total 148 episodes. There is no doubt of the current popularity, because even after having been in production for so long, new readers and fans continue to join the trend, as Hunter x Hunter has released over 84 million copies of related volumes to fans as of 2022. The story focuses on a young boy named Gon Freeze, who discovers that his father, who left him at a young age, is actually a world-renowned hunter, a licensed professional who specializes in fantastical pursuits such as locating rare or identified animal species, treasure hunting, surveying unexplored enclaves, or hunting down lawless criminals. Gon departs on a journey to become a hunter and eventually find his father. Along the way, Gon meets various characters that become essential to him and his purpose, and his character becomes increasingly jaded as the show goes along.
Gon Freeze, at the beginning, he's 11 years he's the main protagonist for the series. He was raised in the woods by his aunt Mina, and he is a very determined and free boy. He has heightened senses, including smell, and despite being nice and friendly most of the time, he is really impulsive and has a bit of a temper that can cause trouble for himself and others. Others find Gon strange and don't have a normal way of thinking. He doesn't categorize things as good or bad. He has a very complex morale. His goal is to become a hunter and find his father, trying to become strong. He has an insight of being an enhancer, which he utilizes to increase his physical strength. While at the hunter exam, he meets new friends that include Killua, Kurapika, and Leola. He has spiky black hair, green tips, and brown eyes. He wears a signature green jacket with red accents and green shorts with boots.
The way like we described Gon just now, and the way he looks in the manga and the anime, like he is so freaking young. He is so tiny. You do not expect anything to come out of him. Like I did when I first started, and then as the show began going on, he like when it came to his purpose, he became increasingly more aggressive, and like if you got in his way, he would not like he would be like if you get in my way, I'm not gonna spare you.
He did not care if anybody hurt other people until they got involved with him in his purposes and his plan. But besides that, you can do whatever. He don't care. But if you get in his way, he's like, yeah, I'm gonna get you. Pito. It was silent. There was this blind girl. She didn't have anything to do with it. But the cat cared about them. Pito cared about them quite a bit. Gon said, if you don't get out of my way and do what I need to do, don't tell me what needs to be done. He said, I will hurt her.
Yeah, like
I was like, the girl blind, just sitting there, she didn't even do nothing.
when people ask me what characters I would like to not tussle with if I had the chance, he's one of them. Because I'm not gonna lie to you, he scares me sometimes. I'm not gonna lie.
And he's very.
He seems like he put in. Like he'd do
Not
something.
apathetic.
Oh.
Bothered by certain things.
Oh.
Which brings me to Killua in Hunter Exam. There he's gone, Kirby, and Leo, and him and Gon becomes best friends. He is cheeky, she is, and oftentimes just because with a boy, and which is kind of funny because he can be very awkward. Awkward person. He doesn't socialize much. He's very quick thinking and highly skilled fighter due to the background of his family being assassins. From birth, they're trained to be assassins, cold-hearted killers.
Killua and Gon's like friendship like just makes me laugh so hard because
I wish I had a friend like you said. In
Like-
one fight, we both fight. We in this
Yeah.
together, homies to the end. They're literally ride or die.
Like Gon is like Killua's like one of his #1 main priorities. You mess with Gon, like, but like that's why their friendship to me is so funny because Killua, you expect him, he comes from the assassin family. You expect him to be like the meanest freaking character. You expect him to be what Gon is, but no, sometimes Gon is even worse than Killua is.
Kurapika is the last survivor of the Kurtz plant who was massacred by the infantry, this band of thieves and murderers who like steal and get money from the black market. And he joins the Hunter exams to be able to track and get revenge on the infantry who took out his family. This would eventually lead him towards a destructive path. Kurapika is a typical calm and very intelligent person. He initially is introverted or something. It's revealed to be a very fine, funny person. His name is Conjuration that allows him to use chain shell, which is 5 extended chains from each of his fingers on his right hand that he can control to his right. He is also a specialist, which is kind of rare to have, two nintites when his eyes turn scarlet. These scarlet eyes is a signature of the credit point, which is why they massacred the country. The Phantom Troop massacred and stole their eyes. He was very treasured.
They're kind of like rubies, kind of like jewels, weren't they?
It's like it's very special thing in your family for a clan. Kurapika has blonde hair and special eyes that turn scarlet when it experiences intense emotion. But he used to wear black contacts to hide. He wears this long blue tabard and full body trainsuit under with Chinese style cuts, which I really like about him.
Oh yeah, me too.
He wears this beautiful like red drop earring in his left ear, which I wish I had.
Yeah, I mean, his character
He
really
is a very pretty character.
He is, and he does follow kind of like a specific trope. Like the cool, calm, and collected trope, but then eventually goes astray trope. That's the trope that he follows because you see him, especially even with his traditional clothing, he does look like a very upright kind of character. Like he knows what he's doing, he looks smart and intelligent. And then we notice he does eventually go onto that destructive path after trying to follow the Phantom Troop. And his character is kind of like a really common character, I think.
And then the last character you meet at the main friend group they're gonna meet is Leorio Paradise. He's one of my favorite characters. He is 19 years old, surprisingly, and one of the friends that God makes when he enters the hunter. Leorio enters to be able to earn money to afford a medical education to become a doctor to help the poor. That is his goal. He is easily riled up and is sensitive to those who don't take him seriously. He wants to be taken seriously. He's very loyal and trustworthy, yet sometimes he's just brash. Just like the whole group, he's closest to Kurapika. They kind of complement each other.
Well, it makes sense too because they're also closer in age.
And his nin type is an emitter that allows him to project force and energy. Rio is very tall and muscular. He appears way older than his actual age. I thought he was a full-grown man.
Me too.
Everybody, even the anime characters, mistaken him as a grown man. But he's just 19 years old. I thought he was in his like 30s.
I did too, because the way you look at him, because you'll see it appear on the screen, he's got like the very strict look about him. His eyebrows are so straight. His
dark
hair,
always with dress shoes.
and his glasses are like the most uptight glasses I've ever seen a person wear. Okay, you see him and you expect him to be a full-grown adult. He also gives off that really. He is initially like kind of very narcissistic. Like he's got that aura with him, and he's very intimidating as well. Until eventually he becomes friends with like Kurapika and the rest of them, and he reveals like his soft, gooey under part where he wants to become the doctor to help the poor. But initially, he just looks freaky.
Speaking of freaky, the antagonist is Soko Monroe. I do not like him. He makes me uncomfortable. He was originally the number four member of the Phantom Troop. He serves as the main antagonist at the end of the show before becoming like a supporting character, but still a threat. He loves to fight and searches for a strong opponent. He shows great and uncomfortable amount of interest in Gone.
Oh yeah.
Too much interest because he really focuses on Gone because he has great potential to become even stronger. He wants to fight. He likes the thrill. I don't like that at all.
I mean,
the way he focuses, looms over Gone is very.
You know what the word is.
Predatory.
I mean, it's just like that's like one of the biggest reasons Hunter x Hunter can be kind of controversial at times. Many people find that it has a lot of violence and that most of the characters aren't good or bad, like they're mostly gray characters who commit a lot of violence. But at the core of most of the controversy does lie Hisoka. Hisoka, is that how you say his name?
That's how Hisoka is bloodthirsty, selfish, manipulative. And another thing that makes me uncomfortable is his overall appearance, because he's this jester, magician, clown person. I don't like that at all. I'm afraid of clowns.
Yeah, no, I think it really fits too because he's like really kind of creepy. Like people do get creeped out by clowns, and he is a creepy character. Like he's always just sneaking up on you, getting all uncomfortably close. And it's like I like the fact that they made him look like that because, you know, at least his character did fit his personality. Like his character appearance did fit his personality because they were both freaking weird.
And speaking of another weird character, Ilumi's Sophie, Killua's eldest brother, and the firstborn son of the infamous Sword family. He creeps me out even more a little bit. He is mostly expressionless and emotionless, despite having. He talks very light. I like his voice, but it's so empty. He is stone cold and ruthless. And he's extremely overprotective and loving towards Killua.
Loving.
Not in the good way, not in the best way.
No.
People gaslight the mess out of Killua. Which is why he joined the Hunter exams under disguise to bring Killua home. He did not want him out of the facility.
Yeah, I mean, like, he was, like, kind of obsessed with Killua to an unhealthy point. It's like, if you say Hisoka is obsessed with Gon, Illumi is obsessed with Killua. Like, he, like, wants him to be at home, he wants him to stay at home.
Which is a coincidence, because they're often partners sometimes.
Yeah, that's kind of weird, because you don't see that, like, the pairing up of an antagonist and a protagonist, and it does happen, like, several times.
Illumi is a highly skilled assassin and feared by men. He has a manipulative type nin with his ability to needle people, which allows him to use these needles to have complete control and manipulate others.
Like a little bit.
Yeah, basically. Which is kind of fun because he does have a doll puppet-like appearance.
He does. He looks exactly like when I first saw his character. I thought he was a girl at first, and no, he's a dude for one. And then I saw him, and he does just look like an expressionless doll. He doesn't look like he's alive, and that's probably just due to his pupils. But like, I do love that character appearance.
And another antagonist is Crollo Lucifer, the founder and leader of the Phantom Troop. He is very intelligent and charismatic, and the one who organized the massacre of Kurapika's clan.
I mean, he wasn't even the strongest member of the Phantom Troop.
He was just very charismatic.
Yeah, like, and that's really how he made himself, like, put himself into the head. And I think honestly, I think he was, of course, a bad guy, but as a leader, he was like a really like good leader. Like, he was charismatic, he was intelligent, and he didn't even have to be the strongest.
Nin. Nin is a technique that allows a living person or being to use and manipulate their own life energy. And many of the characters use this Nin to fight, use their abilities. There are different aura types. There's enhancement, which is the ability to use aura to strengthen and increase natural ability in one's own body, which is like Gon. He makes himself stronger. There's transmutation, where a person can change the properties of their aura to mimic something else or replicate specific attributes, which is Killua. He makes his aura electric. He turns his aura into electricity. Then there's emission, which allows the user to have an easier time separating their aura from the body. Emission allows them to project energy and force and all that. Conjuration involves creating a physical, independent material object of one's aura, with this Kurapika in the Chain Gem, which is my favorite, by the way. Illumi, which allows the user to control the living or non-living things, including their aura construct. There's a special called Specialization,
which allows them to use more than one other kind of nin abilities, such as you can use emission, transportation. That allows them to use more than one, basically.
You know, I like the anime. I like the fact that it has a lot of fighting. I like the fighting style. I like the power style, and I really, really like the Hunter exam. I like the way that the writers set that up. However, I cannot say that I would take it if I was given the chance. One, I'd die immediately. Two, I'd get killed immediately. Three, Gon would probably just accidentally kill me. He wouldn't even care.
I don't want to be in there either, because that whole world is just messed up.
Great, well that was my next question. Did you wouldn't want to be?
No, because you can easily be able to assassinate others without having an eye bat. Nobody bats an eye like that. It's like this very normal thing. I'm like, I don't want to be here.
I feel like
if anyone can just take a hit out of me, I'll be scared to make somebody upset, because you can easily pay the person, and the person will get the job done.
no, I do feel like the only way to survive in this world
You
is
just die immediately.
the only ways to live in this world is to die or to be an assassin. Something which I can't say that I have the skill set for. Yeah, I mean, like, I feel like this anime has been really good at defying people's original expectation. Like, for example, you expect to have the normal plot line where you have the main characters who want to save people instead of hurt them, or you have the world where it's heroes versus villains or something. But this isn't that. This is their life. And then part of that, you know, they're doing what needs to be done to survive. You know, before the first anime television series was even created, there's the short film adaptation of Hunter x Hunter, which was, you know, released in 1998 as part of the Jump Super Anime Tour. And that was just a short film before the anime. You know, officially since, there have been like 2 musicals for some reason. I had no idea that that was a thing. 2 musicals based on Hunter x Hunter called Musical Hunter x Hunter. That was performed during December 2000. And then the second was Musical Hunter x Hunter, The Nightmare of Zoldyck, which I think was based mostly on the Zoldyck family. And this was performed during August 2002. So you see they had a lot of stuff that they began to do right from serialization. A film adaptation by the second television anime staff called Hunter x Hunter Phantom Rouge was also featured in an original story that was announced and released in 2013. There was another film, Hunter x Hunter The Last Mission, that was released in 2013 as well. You know, despite its popularity, Hunter x Hunter hasn't spurred a lot of spin-offs or adaptations that are exclusive to Japan, but there have been several characters or serializations that have appeared and been featured in Shonen Jump properties such as Jump Force. However, if you count them together, both Bleach and Hunter x Hunter have sold and circulated over 200 million copies minimum to fans internationally and through the ages. Where Bleach is completed but may be getting a new spin-off, Hunter x Hunter is still in full action and release. There is no doubt the fans and community will continue to watch, enjoy, rewatch, and re-enjoy as we look forward to see how these manga and animes will end. Well, this has been Slice of Life Adventures in Anime with your hosts, Drita Hess and Kenya Jones. We have so enjoyed having you here today. Join us again next week.